I'm sure you have done this at least once in your lifetime and done a mess with your hands and the dress you are wearing. And today we are going to do it again, but without the mess, and turn this image into something like this. Hi guys, it's me Didi again. Welcome to Dexplorion, where everything is all about designing in Photoshop and sharing the process with you. And along with that, we explore various tools, techniques and tips and tricks which will improve your workflow and level up your graphic design game. Writing with the chalk is easy, but drawing with it is another story. I still remember when I was in college, there was a professor in botany and she used to draw diagrams of flowers and stem sections on the board before explaining the topic to us, and believe me, she was amazing. Her precision was next level. We had hard time drawing the same on the paper, but she could do that so easily with the chalk. Her drawings were so lively as if they appear like printed. I always wished I could do that, but that remained a wish till date. But never mind, now I can do that in Photoshop, and today I am going to show you how it's done. So without wasting any more time, let's get to business. We'll start with creating the canvas of our choice and bring in the image and drop it onto the canvas. An evenly exposed image is all you need for this effect. And if you wish to use the same image, you can go to the website lumi.ai, where you can get a wide collection of AI generated images, or you can cut the chase and go to the description and find the download link there. And now we have to remove the background from this image, and for that you can use any selection tool you are comfortable with and then carry on the process. I've used the quick selection tool and this is the result. Now we're gonna make a copy of this by pressing Ctrl or Command J and turn off the visibility of the original one and keep it as backup. Make sure the layer we'll be working with is a smart object. If it's not, then convert it first so that the filters we apply will be smart filters and we're gonna edit them whenever we want. Now we go to filter and apply our first filter, which is in the filter gallery. We have to open the sketch folder here and click on photocopy. Here we got two sliders. If you want more details in the image, take the sliders towards right, and if you want less details, slide it towards left. I will keep it at 7. Then we have the darkness, and this controls the darkness of the lines in the image. I will keep it at 12 and press OK to confirm. Our next filter is again in the sketch folder of the filter gallery, and it's gonna be Graphic Pen. In this we also get two sliders. One is the stroke length. You won't notice much of a difference here, so I will keep it unchanged and adjust the next slider, and I will keep it somewhere in the middle. You can also experiment with the stroke direction, see what looks better. I will keep it as it is and press OK. Now if you see, we have all the lines black. With chalk the lines are white, so what we will do is invert the image by pressing Ctrl or Command I, and now the lines are all white. We're gonna need a blackboard, and for that I have already downloaded an image from pnghack.com, and we're gonna bring it onto the canvas, rotate it 90 degrees, resize it to fit the canvas and place it below the subject layers. And now we'll select the subject layers we have been working on and change its blend mode to screen, and now it's looking like a chalk drawing. Amazing, isn't it? If the answer is yes, then I would request you to hit the like button. It will help the channel to grow, and if you happen to have an interest in similar kind of contents, then subscribe the channel and do not forget to press the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. We'll do some adjustments to the subject, and in here comes the advantage of the smart filters. We'll double click here on the filter gallery and it will tell us that the filters might be turned off temporarily. Hit OK, and now you can fine tune the adjustments as per our need. We're gonna add two more filters to it. One is add some noise. Not too much, just a little bit. Make sure the distribution is set to uniform and monochromatic is checked, and we'll hit OK. And next we're gonna add some blur to it. So go to filter, then blur, and click on Gaussian blur. I will keep it at 0.5. It's done. But I want to make it a little more realistic, and we're gonna do that by applying some effects in the next step. First we're gonna add an outline, and for that we'll double click here on the blank space of the subject layer to open the layer style dialog box and click on strokes. First we'll change the color, and we're gonna take the color with the eyedropper from the existing lines. Size 6 is fine. You can adjust the opacity of the outline. Let's change the size a little so that it matches with the existing lines. You can play with the position and blend mode if you want. We are done here, and now we're gonna click here on the inner shadow. We are not creating any shadows here, rather we are trying to create the dusty effect. So we'll again pick the color from the lines and first adjust the size. Then we'll add some noise and adjust the opacity. We'll add one more effect and it's gonna be outer glow. This is 2 for the same dusty effect but on the outer side. Adjust the opacity. Noise I have kept 18. Size is way higher, we have to reduce that and also adjust the spread a little. And we are done with the effects. This is before and this is after. And now I will show you a magic. We'll add a solid color adjustment layer on top and change its color to white, and we're gonna clip it to the subject layer by holding the Alt or Option key and clicking in between the layers and change its blend mode to multiply. Now ready for the magic, we'll double click here on the icon of the color fill layer to open the color picker. Place the color picker here to select a somewhat neutral shade and now slide this slider to change the color of our chalk. Isn't it amazing? I'll be selecting a shade of yellow, but our outline color haven't changed because it's an effect. We have to change that in the layer styles. So what we'll do is select the color code here and press Ctrl or Command C to copy the code, and then double click here on the strokes. Click to open the color picker and paste the color code here, and we're gonna do the same with the inner shadow and outer glow as well. And everything is matching now. We'll collapse the effects and rename the layer as chalk subject. This one will be blackboard. And now I'll be placing it. What's happening? Why isn't it moving? It's because we have a color fill layer on top of that. To solve this problem, we have to select the layer in the layers panel and then click here to uncheck the auto select, and now you will be able to move it. I'm going to place it here. When you are done, again click here to check the auto select option. Here you can see we have some extra spots. We'll remove them by selecting the layer mask of the chalk subject layer and take the brush tool, adjust the brush size, make sure the foreground color is black, and we're gonna paint over these spots to mask them out. To make it a little more realistic, I'm going to blend it a little more, and we're gonna do that with the help of blend if sliders. And where are we gonna find them? Yes, you got it right, in the layer style dialog box. We'll hold the light slider of this layer on the right and bring it to left. Place it at this point and hold the Alt or Option key and click on the anchor to split it, and take the right half to the extreme right and adjust the other half. This will make the transition smooth. Now with the underlying layer, we're gonna do the same with the dark slider. After you are satisfied, hit OK. The blackboard seems a little plain and flat to me, so I'll be adding a texture to it, and for that I've got an image from texturelab.org, which is my go-to website when it comes to textures, and place it just above the blackboard layer. Rotate and resize it and change its blend mode to screen. You can play with the other blend modes also. I think linear dodge looks better. We can also adjust the opacity. I'll make the subject little smaller. Since our subject is an astronaut, I am going to add another celestial object into the poster so that they can complement each other. For that, I got an image of moon from pngag.com and place it above the texture layer. It's kind of look like a chalk drawing itself, but we're gonna add some effects to it as well and make it match our subject. Let's rename it as moon and first change its blend mode to lighten. Then we're gonna open the layer styles and add the strokes. We don't need the inner shadow here, but we'll add the outer glow, and we also gonna add a color overlay and click here to open the color picker and paste the same color code we copied earlier. Adjust the opacity a little and change the blend mode to lighten. Rest everything seems fine. And we're gonna again use the blend if sliders to blend it further. I'll do some more adjustments. I'm done, and in the next step we're gonna add some text to the poster. Let's rename this layer as chalk color, and now we'll add another solid color adjustment layer at the very top and paste the same color code again to make it the same color as our subject. Then we activate the text tool and click anywhere on the canvas to add the text. I'll be using the font Helvetica. You can use any font you want, and I'm going to keep it in lowercase. Make it bold. Be sure of your text because now I am going to convert it into a shape layer, and after doing that we cannot edit it anymore. Then we go here and activate the direct selection tool. Press and hold the shift key and make a selection like this to select only these two anchors, and then again hold the shift key and click on any one of the anchor and drag it like this. This way you can change the text in any way you like, but I am not going to do it any further. Then we'll activate the selection of this layer by holding the Ctrl or Command key and clicking on the icon of the layer, and then press Ctrl or Command Shift and I to invert the selection. We then select the layer mask of the color fill layer and take the brush tool again. Make the brush bigger by pressing the right square bracket key. Make sure the foreground color is black, and we're gonna paint like this to hide these parts behind the mask. I'm going to hold the shift key and then move the brush, and the brush will move in a straight line. I'll be applying a color overlay to this layer and make it the same color as the color fill layer. Now we're gonna select both the color fill and the relax layer and press Ctrl or Command E to merge them together into a single layer, and again open the layer styles of this layer and add a drop shadow. I will reposition the moon a little, do some more adjustments and refinements. And lastly add the final piece of text, which will complete our poster for today. I hope you like the poster and learned something new. There are so many tools in Photoshop, and with them we can create so many effects, and that's what I am trying to do here on this channel. If you have the same thought and eagerness to learn something new every time, then I'm sure we'll meet again. Till then, why not create something with the brush strokes by watching this video.